It's your girl Barbie J here, and we are talking about Queens. That new episode, this new show called Queens Season 1, Episode 1, 1999. I guess that's when this all started. I know the executive producer is Swiss Beats, but oh my God. Oh my God, I was so hyped with this. I'm glad I recorded it to hear it again, but I wish I could have saw it again. It was on ABC, which is Channel 7 out here, and I don't have no DVR or anything like that or whatever everybody else have because I don't have cable. But I'm just like, I need to see that episode again, and I hope it comes on again. Because if you missed it, honey, y'all need to go and see it. You need to watch this show. It was all that and then some, and I know I'm going to want to do the review for this going forward. Now, Queens it's a story about these 4 female rappers from back in the day. So when they introduce us to them, they show them back then when they had their #1 hit song, I guess, Nasty Girls. Say, na 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 nasty girls. Na 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 na. They was like, na 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 nasty girls. I was like, okay, I can get with that. Nasty girls. Oh my God. Anyway, I was feeling it. The name of the group was Nasty Bitches. And I'm sitting there going, 1999, we call people nasty bitches? I can't see that was the name of a group. But that's what they saying. It was the name of a group back then. So, who was in it? Okay, in it is Eve is in it. Brandy, what's her name? Naturi, Naughton, and I don't know this other one, Nadine Velasquez. She's not really like a high up profile person or something in entertainment that I know of. I tried to, Wikipedia her, but I knew more about Naturi because I know her from Power and from Notorious when she played Little Kim and stuff like that. I've seen her around. We all know Eve and Brandy. One name, hey, all the fame. We know about them, What else was happening? So when this show started off, it was like, okay, I'm so hyped from this show because it started with the music and it ended with the music, and anything that got music in it, music is in my soul. Music is in my spirit. I don't care if it's gospel, hip hop, rap, jazz, blues, country. Music is in Bobby J's soul. I can tell you that much. Another thing I can tell you is if you have not subscribed to my channel, take a moment and do it now. That's right. You thought I was going to forget to say that? If you have not subscribed to Bobby J's channel right now, which is June BLC, subscribe to it right now. Hit that little subscribe button and support my channel. Help it grow. Also, feel free to share this. Okay? Feel free to share it. Anyway. Oh, and I need you to like, comment, and share. Like, comment, and share. Thank you. Now, check this out, man. I'm invested in this. I know I'm going to be watching this every week, especially if there's some music in it, because that gets me going. And I could see me singing because I was trying to sing the songs and everything. Even to the end when they was like, I'm coming out. And I was like, okay, that's for you, Jill. I'm coming out. I just love this show. I'm trying not to do a long review, but I already wasted probably 5 whole minutes. So they showed them, it starts off they introducing them to us, each rapper with their hit video, Nasty Girls. And they showing their line while they spitting their rhymes or their lines in the video. And then they show what they doing now 20 years later. Okay, so it started off with Professor Sex. And that was Brianna, played by Eve. And Brianna, she's a mother with about 5 kids or something like that. And her Professor Sex, all the sex she have. And then her husband is I was about to say Gary. But it was Gary in First Wives. He the one that was the husband in First Wives who cheated on his wife. And now this guy, I don't know his name, but he was Steven or something. Anyway, he cheated on his wife in this one too with one of his students. I'm like, this is crazy. In their bed. But let me not go too far ahead. Then we got so she's a mother, wife, all that stuff, kids, cheating husband, right? Then we got the thrill, and that's Jill. Jill is the thrill. She a church going girl now, and they show her in confessional and stuff. She spitting her rhymes, and then they switch over to her Father, I have sinned, and da 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 da. How she loves another person, and not that she don't love her husband, but she's this, she's in love, and she can't tell what it is, but what it ended up being is that she never told the priest or whatever, but it was that she's a lesbian. You know, she was in love with a woman, but she couldn't say it. It was hard for her to say, and it took a while for her to say it. Then they have what else about Jill? Jill, religious, lesbian, live in Billings, Montana. They said their states and stuff, but I forgot to write them all down and stuff. And she, her husband want to have a child and stuff. He wants to have a child, and they show her taking a fertility test and showing it, and it says, "Oh, you're good, you're nice and fertile." Like the thing read that she could possibly have she could, if they had sex now, she got a baby. She went out there and told her husband, "No, it's no good this time. Maybe next time." So she's so about having a baby. And she also said that, I think, in her confessional. But then you realize you see that she meets up with this other woman, and next thing they hugging and kissing, and that's her girl. And she's like, "This is difficult. I don't want to hurt my husband." She said, "I want to be with somebody who knows what they want. I know what I want. I know what I want to be. And I need to be open with it. I can't be with somebody who I got to hide everything from." So she made that clear to her. Then they introduced Butter Pecan. Butter Pecan, the light one. That's Valeria. Valeria is a talk show host at The Shade. I was laughing because it's funny how they did The Shade, because everything is like the real, the talk, the view, it's like, okay. So I was like, okay, she at The Shade. I was like, do they be shading people or what? And what she found that at her job, she's supposed to be, negotiating her contract. She's supposed to be getting more money. And they shaded her basically because she was doing some story. And then what they did was gave it to the white girl to do the story and gave her some country bunking story to do. And she was pissed. So what she did was go and spike the girl's coffee or something or whatever, tea. And then kind of switched the cups on set while they were talking, put her cup in front of it, and then picked up the other one. And I think the girl got sick or something, but they didn't know that. They didn't know that at the point. And so her company was saying, "Okay, we're going to renegotiate your contract. Now that such and such is out, we got this." So she thought all was good with her. So let's go on to the next girl. The next one, and the last one, explicit lyrics. I'm like, damn, I guess her lyrics are explicit because she's laid them out on these guys that was heckling her. That's Naomi, and it's played by Brandy. And we find out that Brandy has a child, a daughter who's like, I don't know, 10, whatever. And she doesn't see her often. She hadn't seen her daughter in a year. And she shows up on her birthday, and the daughter damn near read her the riot act, told her mama how she felt about her, closed the door in her face. I was like, damn. She said, "You so reckless. You don't even know who my daddy is. And you out there chasing a dream instead of being in my life." And I was like, oh, she must have been older than 10 because she let her have it. So maybe she was turning like 12 or 13. I don't know. Anyway, so they show us all of these people and what's going on. And what I found out is they all were from Queens. So that's how they're Queens, basically from Queens. They were like, Queens. Everybody shouting out Queens. I'm from Queens. Hey, I am. And but I love those names. Professor Sex, The Thrill, Butter Pecan, and Explicit Lyrics. I tell you, they was nasty bitches. Yeah, wasn't they? But this show was all that. I'm telling you, what else? The talk show host, she want to be a star. So Brandy is playing in all these different little, with her guitar. You forget these people know how to play other instruments. And she's singing and she's sounding real good. And she's in some little, little dumpy bar or something like that. And she's playing and the people drinking. And these two young white guys start heckling her and saying they boring and she's boring and stuff. And I don't know what happened. And she was like, "What? Don't you know something better? Ain't she from that group?" Or something they said. And she was like, picked up the mic and started spitting some rhymes at them. Let me stop. She laid into them and then dropped the mic. I said, okay. I don't know why she dropped the mic, but that was cool. But it was like, I guess it was like some hole in the wall type dive. I've been in a lot of those. Some of them are the coolest places, I'll be honest. Some of them are the coolest place. I saw Prince in one of those hole in the wall dives in Minneapolis, Minnesota, honey. and I got introduced to him and everything. So I ain't gonna knock those. I'm telling you, they but so big. But hey, anyway, so they are asked. What happens is there's another character named Little Muffin, but what it is Brandy I gotta call them by their regular names, not Brandy. Brianna gets upset with her husband for something he did, and she goes out in her car and sits in her car. And when she turns on the radio, she hears the song, and she's like, "Oh my God, oh my God!" And then she called one of her girls and tell them, "Turn on the radio, turn on the radio." Now, as far as I knew, they wasn't in the same states, but she's telling her to turn on the radio, and they was playing Nasty Girls. Da, 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 da. Na 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 na. Let me stop. Anyway, so somehow, whatever happened, their manager back then, E-Rock, he seems to be he spoke to, what's her name? The one that's the talk show host, Valeria. Gotta say it. Oh no, Valeria. I think they called her Valeria, not Valeria, Valeria. So Valeria and him were talking and said, we owe it to them. We need to do something. It's our fault why the group broke up. And you know it was because it was some stuff with, one, they only had one album and things fell apart because it had to do with Naomi was seeing Eric or whatever and swooped, here come Valeria come in and swoop in and take him from her and stuff. And that's E-Rock, aka Eric, right? And that caused a problem for the group. You know, Naomi walked away and the rest of the group was like, kind of like fell apart. So that's how that is. So what happens is he gets them together. They are all excited to see each other. Everybody's running up, hugging each other. Oh my God, it's like family. Oh my God. And then Valeria comes in. And when she comes in, Naomi is not happy to see her. And she cold punch her in the face. They start fighting. I was like, oh my God, she gonna fight her? It's like 20 years later. But she couldn't get it out of her system. She was upset about that. So they broke them up, and, you know, basically Valeria was like, this stuff is beneath me. I don't need to be this. I'm above this stuff. I don't need to be a part of this. I don't want to, you know, they telling them, y'all need to let it go. It's been 20 years, da 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 da. But she said she owed me an apology. And I'm like Naomi with that. You need to apologize to me. You need to apologize. You wronged me in some way. You hurt me. Say you're sorry and let's squash this. But you're not going to say you're sorry? Come on. And you knew you was wrong? Come on. So she walked out, talking about she don't need this, all this stuff. And she go back to her job thinking all is good. They talk about was going to negotiate her contract, anything she want. She got it. Just let me know the numbers, everything. She walked up in there. They got a damn videotape running. It's like 3 executives in there. And they like, you did this, da, 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 da. What are you talking about? Why are you sitting there saying I did anything? We saw you clearly switch the cups. You are going to accuse me of, what did she say? What did she say? Poisoning my co-host with a racist elixir or something. What she did was put something in her drink that would make her tell the truth or something. And this lady was talking on TV, national TV, about black people and how they this and how they that and stuff. And she couldn't even stop herself from doing it. And I guess it was the stuff that's inside of her, and it helped make it come out. I call them what they are. They thugs. If they do this, they criminals. If they do this, they poor. If they do, I was like, oh. And they were like, that was like their star anchor person on the channel, and she had to go. But they told Valeria they was going to sue her. Either she walk away on her own, step down her own, or she going to get fired, and it's going to have a lawsuit. So she left and had to go with her tail wagging between her legs, back over there and said, okay, I'm back, and I'm good for this. I have time now. And she's trying to act like it's no big deal. And then all of a sudden, Naomi's phone go beep, beep, beep. And it says, oh, it says that Valeria such and such has stepped down as anchor, da 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 da. She said, what did you do? They was like, damn, you got Google notification alert on her on your phone? She's like, hell yeah, what she did? What you do? So that shut her down. So she was down to be part of the group. What else happened? Because this was, I mean, this show was, it was moving quick. I don't think I sat bored at any point. I don't think I was bored, and it just kept moving and moving. So that made me feel good, because I'm not good with sitting still too long. So they all put their hands in, on top of each other, deciding this time they're gonna do it their way. But she asked for an apology first, and she did apologize. She apologized, and then we went on. Um, she they're gonna do it this round, and Jill said, "I am no longer the thrill." And she used to do coke and drugs and stuff. They were talking about each other because uh Brianna told her husband had cheated on her with his student, and not even that, a white girl, and she had gotten all dressed up and everything and lingerie and stuff. Go upstairs and she hears some sound in there because she realized she was letting herself fall apart when she ran into some fans out in the street who couldn't even remember what group she was part of. They said, "What is TLC getting back together?" That's what the guy said. The girl was like, that can't be the girl from that, because look at her. She kind of sweats and prune juice and all of this stuff. What they was like, damn, putting her down out in public. She was like, really? So she went and bought this lingerie, beat her face, did her hair, climbing up the stairs with the 3-inch heels on, 4-inch heels. She had open the door. Her husband is laying it into a white chick who's a student. And she said, "And you messing with a white girl?" She said, we were like, she didn't even say nothing about it being a student. All she cared, with a white girl, really? Really, you gonna do this to me like this? I gave you 5 damn kids, And I think her fear was that every time she have sex with him, she gonna get pregnant. She tired of having kids. That's why she ain't been having sex like that. She said, "I'm tired." She got so much to do. She doing hair, she doing this, she doing that. Anyway. But I think he was a professor in a school, and he had been taking off semesters and stuff because he had been sick. And now here we go again, because as they're in rehearsing with their rap lyrics and with Little Muffin, and they basically freestyling, and they were sounding hot. They were sounding real good. And while Brianna was doing her line, she was in there doing it. She was going in and da 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 da, and he this and that. She was saying something about her husband and her life and stuff. And it was about him, and all of a sudden they got quiet, and you turn around because he's standing there talking about, "I need you." She's like, "I told you I need some time. I told you." He said, "I need you to come back. I need you." "Why?" She said, "You might as well say it in front of all of them. They know what the fuck you did to me. What is it?" He's like, "It's the cancer. It came back. He got brain cancer," something like that. So I was like, dang. And she was mad at him. She was like, she said, "I'm going to sit here." She said, "I'm going to help you. I'm going to nurse you back so I can leave your ass." She said, "You ain't going to die on me. You ain't going to get out that easy." She said, "I'm going to nurse you back so I can leave you." I was like, damn, she pissed. She pissed. You cheating on her. And then the young girl she cheated with said, "I told him each time, I made sure I wear a condom. I don't even like condoms, but I made sure out of respect." She's like, what? She told her out of respect and told her, she said, "I did all of this for you, and you out here cheating on me and stuff." And the white girl goes, "You look fabulous though. You really look and for, mature bodies look so much better." She basically did a dig on her being older. I swear, it was like, girl, shut up, because you was doing good until you said that. So, after that, I think she left. And Jill runs into Little Muffin. She runs into Little Muffin and in the bathroom, and they talking about the business, and she's giving her tips and how to look out for herself and stuff, and advice. And she asks her what's her name, and she said, "My name, no, what's your real name?" "It's Lauren." "It's Lauren." Okay. So then Lauren opened up the case, and she got coke. "You want some?" And boy, what's her name? Jill was like, "No, no, thank you. No, thank you." And she grabbed her cross. She started holding on that cross. I said, "That's right. Yield not to temptation. Yield not to temptation. For yielding is sin." Come on now. She was like, I don't want none. But as they got to know each other a little bit in that short little time, Little Muffin invited them to her house for some, what did she say? What's that place? Takeout. It was a takeout place. Okay. And she said, okay. So the 3 girls go there. The door is open. Where is she? Where is she? They find her passed out on the floor. She overdosed. God, blood coming out her nose and everything. So they rush her to the nearest hospital. They get her to the hospital and stuff. And what was it? They rush her to the hospital, and her manager comes in, and he's like, "Oh my God, what did y'all do? You got her in this county hospital. What is wrong with you?" They said, "Look, she could have died." He said, "And you could have killed her career just now by sending her here." And he's like, "Look, you're going to have to get up because you got to go." She's like, "She is not going anywhere until she is properly discharged." They were like, "No, because these managers don't care." He didn't say how you're doing, how you're feeling. It was like, "What's the problem?" She said, "Don't you know she has a drug problem?" Real, that's what they young. That's what they do. I was like, wow. He said, "Look, this is business. She needs to perform, else they're going to go after her and take every dime of money they had of hers. So this is business." They said, "She is not a business." And the other girls are trying to tell Jill, let it go because you don't even know her. We just met her. You don't know it like that. But Jill is feeling like this was me. This was my life. And she trying to help her and save her. And that's the God in her doing that. The God in her is like, girl, don't let her go down like that. So then the manager was rude. He was saying rude stuff to them and, calling them washed up or whatever it was. And y'all need to go back to your hotels. There'll be tickets there for you to go back home. You're no longer singing with her. She's going to have the stage by herself like she was supposed to. I was just doing this as a favor for Eric. And in between that, I forgot to tell y'all that at one point, Eric and Brandy were at the bar talking. And they're at the bar talking and they're catching up. This is after Valeria left and went back to her better than them attitude job, because she has blown up. She's the only one from the group who's become successful and they're just jealous and stuff. Girl, she trifling. Trifling! That's how them girl groups break up. Anyway, so they was talking and they end up, having a drink, and basically Naomi was like, "Are we going to sit here and talk about the past, or are we going to take these drinks up to my room?" And they went up to the room and got it in. Let's get it on. Oh, baby, let's get it on. Come on, sugar. So that's what they did. So I wanted to put that in there because then there was another scene when they were all sitting around hanging out, and Eric came by for something, and what's her name? Valeria was all over him to I made reservations for us and stuff, and you can't say no. And he's looking at Naomi, and he's like, I can, but Brandy, Naomi just put her head down, act like she don't know nothing, because he was just hitting that the night before, so And what else? I mean, oh, the show was so good. It was so much stuff. I got so many notes. I got them written everywhere. So after when they were sitting down talking, the group of girls, stuff came out. Like one of them said, "Well, you got a family," and Naomi was like, "No, I got a child. I got a daughter. That's what I got." And Valeria told how her mother left her on the doorsteps to a not a foster home, a foster care center or something like that, when she was like 2 years old. Her mama left and dropped her off, and people were sharing. And Jill shared, Jill and her was going back and forth. Jill and Naomi got into an argument, and they end up Jill said something to her about she need to pay more attention to that child of hers that she abandoned or something like that. And she said, "Oh, you think you got a perfect house and perfect life and all this stuff and everything put together?" She's like, "You don't know my life." She was like, "No, that's not it." And then she just yelled out and said, I'm gay. I'm gay. I'm in love." She said, "I love my husband, but I'm in love with this woman. I'm in love with her." And it was just like, I was like the kumbaya moment. Brandy was like, "Can we just, Naomi was like, can we just go back to not being cool and disagreeing?" Because she didn't want to cry. Everybody probably like, confessing, "This is my confession. Just when I thought that, I'll tell you. The chick on the side says she got one on the way. This is my confession. Man, oh man, I don't know what to do." Okay, stop, Joe. Anyway, so it ended with Little Muffin came back to thank them for what they did to her. She's not used to having people look out for her the way they did. And she told them, she said, "I'm still performing at the BET Awards tonight." And she said, "But I'm not going to do the show without you guys. I want y'all on that stage with me." And, oh, her manager, he wasn't going to like that. And sure enough, it came. She came that night. Little Muffin introduced them. Her manager's like, what? What? Like, how did this happen? How did this get past me? And she did it her way. She stood up for herself and put herself in rehab as well to get, to take care of herself. And that's what happens when sisters stick together. When we stick together, we are so powerful. We are so strong. I'm telling you, instead of pulling each other down like crabs in a barrel. But anyway, so it's the show and the helicopter, and here come Brianna down out the helicopter and stuff, and she got a roll boy, and she gets the robe off, and she starts the song, Nasty Girl, and then she said, hold up, and she started talking to the crowd and hyping them up, and they got hyped, who's here taking care of their children, who got their kids at home, and they still sexy and all this stuff, and all, I mean, she was shouting at everybody. So they was like, okay. And so they kept telling her, take off the robe. You see them backstage, take off. So she gets the robe off and they play the song and she starts spitting her lines and stuff. And she goes in and she talks about her life and her husband. She put all that stuff out there. And then they all came and did their lines. I liked, I think Eve's outfit and Valeria's outfit the best. Brandy had on pants that was okay, and Jill was covered up like a church shoe, but she was good because they all spit their line. And then when Jill came to do her line, Jill went in, and she basically was like, something about girl kissing, something about kissing a girl and girl. I mean, she was going in, and she basically was coming out and telling, she was looking dead into the camera and telling her, they showed her girlfriend back at home looking at it and watching, and the smile coming on her face, and her hands is like, oh my God. And she was talking to her. She knew it for a fact, and I knew it. We all knew it watching. So that was so hot. And then Brandy ended it with the, her explicit lyrics and stuff and shut it down. It was so awesome. I enjoyed this show, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen next week. But then the last thing that happened is it ended with the queens are going on tour with Little Muffin. So Little Muffin is the fresh out of rehab. You got the mother. What's the other one? The housewife, the mother, the church girl, the disgraced show host, and Brandy is the what did they call her? The washed up artist or something like that. So they all going on tour together, a world tour, and that's gonna be nice. So I guess that's what they're gonna go through the whole season. I don't know. Hopefully that's what it is, because that'll mean more music and music. I hope you like this review and this recap. Please write down your comments. If I missed anything, let me know. This your girl Barbie J saying peace.